Hey everyone. So it's been a super long time, or at least I think it's been a really long time since my last video. I'm really excited to get this one up, just to have, if I can be of help to anybody, I'm super happy about it. So this video is actually going to be about what to do between the time you turn in your application and when you hear back from if you have an interview. And I know a lot of people will have already turned in their application, but I'm pretty sure some countries, their deadline was December. So I wanted to wait until everybody was done. So hopefully this could be of help to as many people as I can. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the first thing of what you should be doing in this gap. And that's going to be, don't stop building your application. Yes, you've already turned in your application, it's done, but that's just the whatever's in the portal. You can still build your application and make yourself look like a more competitive applicant during this time. So, and some things that you can do are maybe attend a foreign festival, New Year's festival, or anything like that during this time of the month. I attended a Japanese festival, and actually the JET program had a booth there. So I was actually able to talk to some people there. One of the people that were in my interview was there, so I met him, shook his hand, and this was, I think it was the second time I met him. And another person was the best friend of my area's, I guess, JET program coordinator. They went to college together. I think they dormed together, if I remember. But I talked with her a lot, and I told her, hey, please tell the JET coordinator I said hello. Just so, I don't know if she ever did or didn't. If she didn't, just who cares? If she did, it's just, my name's going to stand out to the program coordinator when interview comes around. So, and I know not everyone's going to be in areas where there are like festivals, Japanese festivals or foreign festivals. If there's even not a foreign festival, go to it. And New Year's parade, Christmas parade, anything, take photos, take video, things like this. Because one of the things that they're going to ask you in your interview are, what are 3 things you're going to bring? Or what are 3 things you could bring to Japan to show your students and everything like that? And I think a good answer to that is videos and photos of what an American, for me anyways, festival or parade is like. And bringing photos and videos to show people is a really good way to see it. So even if you can't go to a foreign one, go to a normal one, and tell them that. And if you're really not about going to a parade or anything like that, you can volunteer. That's always something that's good on anything. You can use that for this application or future applications as well. And another thing you can do is improve your Japanese level. So if you were like a beginner during in your application, if you can get to the high beginner intermediate level come the interview, it's going to be really impressive. So that's, anything like that. Just don't sit around, doing nothing. So point number 2, reread your SOP and application once in a while. It doesn't have to be daily, because it gets old really quick, and boring. But at least, once a week, a couple times a week would be great, because that's what the application is going to be. It's going to be about 3 people, for me anyways, 3 people just grilling you about your application and your SOP. So, and being familiar with all aspects of your SOP and application is going to be good, because even if you're not lying about something, but you just can't recall it, and you say something different, even if it's slightly, they're going to, it's going to seem weird to the interviewers. Well, they wrote this in their application, but they said that. Why didn't they do the same thing? So just go ahead and reread it. I think it would be helpful. I reread mine a couple times, and there were things I forgot 2 weeks after I wrote, after I turned it in. So number 3 is going to be buy interview clothes around New Year's time. And the reason why you should do this, instead of waiting to see if you hear back from the JET program to see if you have the application, it's because a lot of you this is going to be your last year in college anyways. So if you get this interview, that's, awesome. If you don't, it's not the end of the world, because there are going to be other interviews and places where you can use, these interview clothes, like a suit, skirt, dress, or suit jacket for girls. And this time of year is great to buy these things, because I remember last year everything was on sale. Jackets, pants, ties, shoes, everything. And make sure you save your receipts as well, because for me, I bought my stuff maybe slightly after Christmas, pretty heavily discounted, but then like 2 weeks later, it seemed like every week after Christmas, I checked on the website, and the prices just kept getting cut and cut and cut and cut. So I went back like 3 times or so, and they reimbursed me every time and to match what the current price was. So look into getting a suit, nice shoes, things like that. Keep the receipts as well. So, and if you don't know like what exactly to wear, what would be good attire, there's plenty of YouTube channels or articles, anything like that about it. I'll have one up later, closer towards, I guess, the actual interview. And then number 4, this is optional. I think it's something everybody should at least consider, and that's starting an FBI background check. And if they offer you a job, they're going to want an FBI background check before you leave. And there's 2 ways you can go about doing this. First way is through the FBI themselves, and it costs like $20 or $32. I can't really remember. And the other way is through an FBI channeler, which is, again, I can't remember. It's like between $70 or a little over $100. And the main difference, besides price, is how soon you're going to get back your background check. The FBI, it's through them directly, definitely a lot cheaper, but also a lot longer. Whereas a channeler, a lot more expensive, but a lot faster. And if you wait until you hear back from the interview, if you're going to do this or not, your only option at that time is going to be a channeler. And, $70 to like $110 is, could be a lot of money. For me, I wanted as much money that I could bring to Japan with me. So I went ahead and did it through the FBI themselves. And I either submitted my application for my background check in December or January, and it took a couple months to get it. And a lot of people said, oh, well, why are you even, doing the background check if you haven't even had your interview yet? And again, like I said, it's just for the money. So I thought, even if I don't get even if I don't get the job, I'm only out 20 or it was like $32, which is not the end of the world. But if I waited until I did hear back, I would have to spend, $70, $80, whatever it was, over $100 to get it back quickly. And if you're a late upgrade, it's even going to be even more stressful, because you're going to need all this stuff before you go. So I would say really consider doing it now. So being out $20 to $30 or being out, $60, $70 and having to get it back, quickly. And also, I don't know for sure, but I'm fairly certain there's like some channelers that are approved and some that are not. I don't know too much about it, so I don't want to, offer any advice on it, but it's might add another layer of stress to that whole time. So anyways, those are 4 things that I think all applicants should be doing or consider doing during this time. Bottom line, just don't sit around and enjoy the or wait anxiously, I should say, during this time. Be productive, build your application, and enjoy this time of year. So anyways, happy holidays to everybody. I hope this was a helpful video. If you have questions about anything that I didn't talk about, anything that I did talk about, or just different topics, please let me know in the comments, or you can go ahead and email me as well. I've replied to everybody if it's comments or email. So yeah, hope this was helpful. And again, happy holidays. Enjoy the new year. See ya.